It was a nostalgic weekend. All right, I'm going to hit the COS spot, and then we'll close out the pregame show. Huh? Okay. This is
game doctor or invited guests, please leave the area immediately. The athletic director, Dennis Roberts, issues sideline passes.
Game show here and getting everything ready to go for our broadcast already. So glad you could join us on the Facebook page. So stand by. And we are back here at Herschel Meredith Stadium. We're just about to wrap up our pregame show here, so stay with us. We're going to take a quick break here, and Jonathan's going to get everything set for the first half of our game, and then we will cut away around halftime, and then he'll have Joe Franklin on the air. So make sure that you stay tuned. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes and get you ready for the contest between the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles and American River College. This has been the pregame show on Action VR Network and the Apple 920 WON. It's okay. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, everybody's going to hear the radio broadcast in the background, but that's the only way that I can monitor it. I usually have headphones. Okay. All right, we are live once again here on the College of the Siskiyous feed, so thank you everybody so much for being here with us today. Do bear with us here as I'm working on getting the radio, everything on the radio set up, but we are here on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page, and all of the equipment and all the staff here courtesy of the fine folks at Siskiyou Media Council. Doing an outstanding job, giving them a little bit of a plug, and we're going to give them a plug on our radio broadcast as well. Again, College of the Siskiyous coming into today's game with a preseason record of 0-5. American River College at 3-2, and now conference play gets underway, and we're going to have it for you live right here on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. Make sure that you tell your friends about it. We are on Facebook Live. Thank you very much for being here with us. And so give me a couple minutes here as I'm typing. The coin toss is about to happen, and we are taking a look at that right now as the captains meet at the 50-yard line, center of the field, and you're going to hear the referee's microphone. And the Screaming Eagles are coming out of, the American River Beavers are coming out of the locker room. And we are so glad that you could be here with us. And just a couple minutes, we're going to hit the air on Action VR Network at 920 WON the Apple in Central Point, Oregon, and Brooklyn, New York, respectively. But for here, it is the COS Facebook page. And apparently, they're saying American River won the toss. They deferred to the second half. So. So as I said, we're about ready to go live here in just about 2 minutes' time, and then we'll have the national anthem.
Siskiyou will receive. American River. Shake hands, guys.
All right, we're getting set to go here, and the Beavers are on their way out from the locker room. And I just have to get to the intro here once we get on the air here. So we're about to go live on the Action VR Network feed. But again, you folks at the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page, we're certainly glad you could join us. And we're going to cut away just for the moment, and we'll come right back. But we will be heading to the air on Action VR Network shortly. So the national anthem is coming right up.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, who brought bright and bright stars to the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, the national anthem in the books on COS Facebook Live, and I got to turn this up because I got to monitor our. I got to monitor the intro, and I'm about ready to go on the air. So stand by as we get you ready all along the COS Football Radio and Television Network. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Herschel Meredith Stadium on the campus of College of the Siskiyous as we get you ready for Screaming Eagle football all along the Screaming Eagle Football Network, featuring Action VR Network, which is our primary source, and 920 WON, the Apple, Brooklyn, New York. Jonathan Rios is our engineer back in New York. Action VR Network, well, I'm the engineer because I'm broadcasting from my phone today. And we are certainly glad you could join us here from Herschel Meredith Stadium on a pretty cloudy and cool day here today. Temperatures expected to be into the 50s this afternoon. But we are certainly glad that you could be here with us here today. American River College will kick off, so give me a chance to learn names and numbers for them. College of the Siskiyous will be receiving. COS will be defending the south goal. American River will be defending the north goal. And we will be ready to go here. So give me a chance to learn names and numbers. And here's the kick. As number 45, Donovan Hayes with the kick. And it is going to be picked up. And number 1 coming up with it. That's D'Angelo Biggs, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore wide receiver out of Graham, Washington. Graham Capuchin High School. Gets a good return out of it and out to the 43-yard line. And that is where the Screaming Eagles of College of the Siskiyous will start the game, first down and 10. So we are glad that you could join us, and we are also on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page, so glad that you could join us. Siskiyou Media Council is handling the duties as far as the video is concerned. And here's the handoff as number 20 is stopped. That's Robert Banks, 5'6", 175-pound freshman running back out of Shoreline, Washington at Shorewood High School. The quarterback is Bailey Ailman, 6'2", 240-pound freshman quarterback out of Miami Sunset High School in Miami, Florida. And he's replacing Tyson Vonsa, who struggled throughout the preseason. So maybe this will be a different way for him. They tried to flea flicker, and it did not work as number 85 takes the handoff. Ted Wickman, 6'4", 203-pound freshman wide receiver out of Yoncalla High School, the Yoncalla Eagles of all teams in Yoncalla, Oregon, which is near Roseburg. And it is 3rd down and 12. There's Ailman out of the shotgun. gets the pass, tries to get it to Biggs, and right out of his hands, and so it's a quick 3 and out for the Eagles. They'll have to, so he will have to punt it away. And so they have one of the students as a public address announcer today. Dan Witherall, I don't think is here today, but it is a little chilly out here, and it's beautiful because I grew up here, so I should know. Number 31, Tristan Lewis, the 6'2", 221-pound sophomore kicker out of Beaverton, Oregon. Beaverton High School, the Beaverton Beavers, playing against the Beavers of American River. And he's going to get this one away, and it's going to be returned, and returned for some big yardage, finding a hole, and he's off to the races. Goodbye, touchdown, American River on their opening kickoff there. Eric Davis Jr., a 5'9", 175-pound sophomore wide receiver out of Folsom High School, Folsom, California, coming up with a big kick return for the touchdown, and the Beavers get on the board 6-0 with the extra point pending. And not sure where he was, but it was well over an 80-yard touchdown kickoff return. And the boys in white, American River College Beavers, their road white uniforms, white helmets with numerals on the side, and navy blue pants. And here's the kick, and we have a penalty, first penalty of the game, and this will be offsides against the defense. And now we're going to have, we're going to wait for the call here, so which I do believe it's going to be offsides against the defense, unless they were drawn off.
Offsides, defense with contact, half the distance to the goal, replay to try.
All right, so it'll only be a 1-yard penalty. And so now they're going to be bringing extra players in here, but it's still going to be an extra point kick. And if you hear a little humming right there, that's my phone. Since I'm broadcasting on it, I don't have my headphones in, so and you're going to be hearing a lot of dinging, so that's going to be Jonathan giving me updates here. So, and the kick is good, and let's see who came up with the extra point on that one. Is number 36, Isaiah Gomez. He is a 6', 175-pound freshman special teams player, which he is a kicker, out of Antelope High School, Antelope, California, coming up with the extra point. So timeout on the field with 13:32 left to go here in the first quarter of the play, and the American River College Beavers strike first blood, 7-0. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and we're going to come right back. You are listening to COS Football right here, all on the Screaming Eagles Football Network. Always got to put the commercial on. Oh, it's all right. It works. As we are live on Facebook Live, and hope that you enjoy the atmosphere here at College of the Siskiyous. And I'm going to be going on here just shortly. Again, it is a cloudy day here, nice cool temperatures. And here's the kick as we're still in commercial break now. We're about ready to go back on. And we are back as the kick just went away here. And here's Biggs, and he gets a couple of key blocks, stumbles a little bit, but comes up with another nice return out to the 42-yard line, or about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 as they have now their second possession coming up. American River College has yet to have a possession because, as you just heard, kickoff return for a touchdown by Eric Davis Jr. That's our only score of the game so far, 7-0. And looks like we have a quarterback change out there right now as number 10 takes a high snap, and he has to take it all by himself, but he gets a gain of a yard on the play. And we'll get 91 here in a second. It's Hayden Chiddock. He is a 5'9", 173-pound freshman defensive back out of Lassen High School, Lassen Union High School in Susanville. His family's right over here, and is getting into the act of the quarterback right now. And 91 coming up with the tackle. That's DeMarcus Johnson, 6'4", 225-pound freshman defensive back out of Burbank High School in Sacramento. 2nd down and 8. It was a gain of 2 that time by Chiddock. And he comes up with the pass and gets it to 85 once again. That would be Ted Wickman. And gets a first down, so that will be the first down of the ball game for the Screaming Eagles of College of the Siskiyous. And excuse me on both the video and audio feeds. Abby and I have been dealing with a little bit of a cold, but we're getting over it, thankfully. We're not going to spread any germs, thank you. First and 10 here as, once again, out of the ray gun, as I like to call it, in honor of former Shasta College player and former Canadian football player Ricky Ray. Here's the handoff. It looks like it's to Biggs. Once again, no, it's actually number 4. And that's Thomas Little, a 5'9", 180-pound sophomore running back out of Walnut Grove High School in Loganville, Georgia. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5. And again, going no huddle here as Chiddock. Once again out of the ray gun, trying to draw the Beavers offsides. Beavers not buying any of it. And a little bit about Chiddock coming from Lassen High School. And he tries to go for the run, but slight gain on the play.
Aiden Chiddock on the carry for no gain.
So Chiddock again coming from Lassen High School in Susanville. They don't have a football program at Lassen College, so you have a lot of different options. Butte, Siskiyous, or even Feather River College. And Hayden decided to come to the Great White North here in Weed, California. Taking their time here with 15 on the play clock. And out of the ray gun, takes another high snap and gets it to Little once again, and he has stopped short of the first down. Gains 2 yards on the play. Now decision time for head coach Charlie Roach and the coaching staff for COS. We don't have the coaching staff for American River, and I think this is going to be they're going to go for it here on 4th and 3. We'll see what the Eagles do here. Look to try and get that first down. And not sure about Therian Sibanks as to why he's not playing or didn't even get the start today. And he throws this one. Chiddock does, out of bounds. And so a turnover on downs over to American River College. And they'll have it 1st and 10 from just outside the 40-yard line, almost the 41. So now the offense getting ready. Over here, the huddle on the sidelines here for the American River College Beavers, again in the road white uniforms.
We would like to give a special thanks to Mount Shasta Testing for the generous donations for our athletic program.
And now here they come out of the huddle, of the no huddle. And this is their first official possession of the ball game, so give me a chance to learn the names and numbers. Number 14 for the Beavers at quarterback is Grant Peterson. And we'll give you his stats here momentarily. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to lose a bunch. Big loss on the play of about 8 yards.
Peterson on the carry, tackled for 5 yards.
Patterson, by the way, is 6 foot, 185-pound freshman quarterback out of Vista de Lago High School in Folsom. And he's not stuck in Folsom prison. He's out here playing. Of course, he's not in prison. Just a little Johnny Cash humor that's stoked right there. So first down, second down, and about 18 yards to go from the 31-yard line. I know I'm a little rusty after about 3 weeks off. Here's the handoff. And gain looks like of about 6 yards. And we're going to see who the running back is, number 35, as I'm still trying to get to the notes here. Mike is still on, thankfully. And that is Vonathan Allen. He is a 6 foot, 205-pound sophomore running back out of Sheldon High School in Elk Grove. Not to be confused with the Sheldon High School up in Oregon, who are multiple-time state champions. This is down in Elk Grove. Here's Patterson with the pass. He's got a man. Looks like overthrows his man and intercepted. And it's number 36 coming up with it, and he's looking to get some blocks. He turns the corner, goes to the far side, and he's going to be brought down. Oh, and big time as he goes down, but picks up a huge interception, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Screaming Eagles at the 38.5-yard line. Antonio Thompson, 5'7", 158-pound freshman defensive back out of St. Petersburg High School in St. Petersburg, Florida. Wacko Bob, are you listening down there in Florida? Although St. Petersburg is in the Tampa area, which Tampa Bay is going to have now 2 professional football teams. Not only the Buccaneers, but the Vipers of the XFL. They just had their draft this week. And coming soon here on Action VR Network will be, as well as WON Sports, the XFL Today. And we'll have more on that coming up as time goes on here. But right now, back in at quarterback is Ailman. And he gets the handoff to number 20. And looks like no gain on the play. As number 20 is Robert Banks. He's a 5'6", 175-pound freshman running back out of Sherwood High School in Shoreline, Washington. I think we called his name earlier. So he's going to come out. About a half-yard gain on the play, so it'll be second down, and they're going to call it 9.5. And once again, Ailman back in at quarterback, and or no, excuse me, that's Chittick, excuse me. Chittick is now back in at quarterback. So they're going back and forth and hit Little that time, but no gain on the play. So it'll be third down, and, well, they're going to say about a half-yard loss. It'll be third down and 10. So now Chittick will come back out, and Ailman will come back in. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. They're still saying 3rd and 9, but the yard marker's back at the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and 10. So they're going to be mixing Ailman and Chittick back and forth, and that ball's batted away. That's what we call in basketball a swat. Get that stuff out of here. Trying to see who came up with that one. It was a tall guy. That had to be number 58, so we're going to call his name. 58, Davian Hamilton. It says it's 6'2". He ain't 6'2", I'm sorry. 225-pound freshman defensive lineman out of Pete Knight High School in Palmdale, California. I'm looking at that guy. He does not look 6'2". He looks more like he's 6'7". And here's the punt. And a fair catch being called for, but that one's going to take a bounce. And right at about the 1, but they're going to mark the ball at about the 2. As Tristan Lewis tried to get it, but they're going to spot the ball, and now the official spot will be at the 4-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Beavers, leading 7-0, 7:04 left to go here in the first quarter of play. As folks still filing in here to Herschel Meredith Stadium, and of course the raffle is being done here today, and the loudspeaker is going. So that's, if you hear that, that's not us. That's not the fans that are around us. That's not Jim Stentz behind us. I think one of my old teachers from back in the day. And going for the tackle, and a loss all the way back to the 1. Jeremiah Johnson was on the carry for the Beavers, and he got stopped immediately. And we're going to try and look for Jeremiah Johnson. There he is. Number 22, 6'1", 205-pound freshman running back out of Pleasant Grove High School in Elk Grove. As the sun is looking like it's starting to peek out a little bit. Always unusual weather here on the West Coast. And here's the pass from Peterson. Oh, right through the wickets of the intended receiver. And I'm looking to see the number. I want to say 84. If it's 84, then that's Devontae Jordan, 6'1", 190-pound sophomore wide receiver out of Grant Union High School in Sacramento. And Grant Union has produced so many great athletes, including former Arena football quarterback Aaron Garcia, whose first and only head coaching job in the Arena Football League was with the dearly departed Las Vegas Outlaws. And gets out of the end zone to avoid the safety. And we're going to see who it is. And it looks like it's going to be Johnson again, but it'll be 4th down and 12 yards to go, and it'll be punt time for the Eagles. Eagles are going to look to try and get a safety on a block punt, but number 19 going to be punting right pretty much at the end of the end zone is Jesus Gonzalez, 5'8", 200-pound sophomore special teamer, punter, out of, just lost it, Mira Loma High School in Sacramento. And he gets this one away, and it's a knuckler, but it's going to take a Beaver roll out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. We're going to get the official spot, and it'll be at the 35, and it will be 1st and 10 for the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles. Best field position to start throughout the day, probably throughout the year as well. Getting a head shake here, saying that is accurate. Best field position all season for the Eagles. And I didn't go to the road games since I live in Oregon. I didn't go on the road games, so I'm not sure how their field position was there as well. But this is the best that they've had all season. And it looks like it is Chittick back out there at quarterback, the former Lassen Grizzly. And I can't remember if he played in the Lions All-Star game or not. Here he is as he gets a couple of... looks like he got about 3, maybe 4 yards on that keeper. And they're going to say about a 3-yard game. Well, 4-yard game, so it'll be 2nd and 6. And we'll see what Mr. Chittick does. As I mentioned, I'm looking here in the crowd. Stanley's right outside our Siskiyou Media Council awning here to protect us from the elements, but don't have to worry about it today. And so now Chittick out of the ray gun. Gets the pass. Looks like it's out to gets Whitman. Wickman, I apologize. Still trying to read notes. It's hard to do it when you have a phone in one hand and you got the program in the other. So Abby's going to help me. And no wind today. Usually College of the Siskiyou is windy, but today, no wind to speak of. Now here comes Chittick. He's going to get most of the snaps today. Again, not sure about Sivanxa. I don't see a number 9 on the sideline, so there could be perhaps an injury that's got him out. He'd been the starter throughout much of the preseason. And they got the 1st down to Wickman, so now it is 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 15-yard line. And didn't see who got the handoff, but it looks like we got number 18 coming up. As Brione Tompkins, 6'2", 168-pound freshman wide receiver out of Hall International out of Washington, D.C. comes into the game, and there's a pass, and it's almost intercepted. Biggs was the intended receiver. So Biggs was the intended receiver, and it was right in the hands, I believe, of number 9. They look for number 9. It's Daquan Brodno, I hope, or it's hard to pronounce the name, but 6'1", 200-pound sophomore defensive back out of Pete Knight High School. It's another one of those schools in the Sacramento area. Here's the pass. Pass attempt. Chittick gets away. Wow, that's mobility, and and he's taking advantage of that slippery ground. Beavers all over the place. He's got a running lane. He's heading to the end zone. And into the end zone for the touchdown. Chittick all by himself, scrambled all over the place, got away from several defenders for the Beavers as they were slipping on the wet grass, and into the end zone, dead on touchdown, Eagles. And we have a 7-6 score with the extra point pending. And now here's Tristan Lewis going for the extra point to tie the game. And as we said, no wind to speak of today. Very unusual for Weed, California this time of the year. And the kick is good. So timeout on the field. 3:27 left to go here in the first quarter of play. We are all tied up at 7. Stay tuned. This is College of the Siskiyous football right here all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. Wow, what a call right there, all you folks on Facebook. How about it? How about it? What a call right there. Congratulations to Mr. Chittick there coming up with the quarterback keeper as we are at 7-7. And I'm getting a note here. We'll talk more about that stuff when we get back on the radio here, so stay tuned. And we are back here at Herschel Meredith Stadium. What a nice run that time by Hayden Chittick coming up with the 15-yard touchdown run. And we are all tied up here. Coming up after the game on WON, the Trumbull Eagles football team will take on the Danbury Hatters, live from Danbury, Connecticut. That will come up right after Screaming Eagles football. So we're going to go from the Screaming Eagles of College of the Siskiyous to the Trumbull Eagles. And here's the kick. And it is going to be taken by number 94. And coming up, or 84, fumble on the play, and the Eagles will have it. As coming up with the ball, number 13, DeLeon Ford. And they're going to... And the Beavers say it's down by contact, and I think that's what the referee's going to say. Let's wait to see what he has to say. So the Beavers are going to have the ball. Eagles are celebrating like they recovered the fumble. And it says that the volume just went low, so hang tight. I don't know why the volume is low here, so can you hear us now, Jonathan? Okay. And we're going to mention the announcement again here as I was trying to get the announcement to tell you what's coming up on WON. Over here on Action VR Network, we're going to be off the air for just a little bit. Here's the pass. And number 3 coming up with the reception, and that's Eric Davis. For those of you who didn't hear, you probably didn't hear me speak here. Coming up after the game over on 920 WON The Apple, we have a flag on the play here. The Trumbull Eagles will take on the Danbury Hatters from Danbury, Connecticut. Coverage will begin immediately after Screaming Eagles football here on the Screaming Eagles Network and over on 920 WON The Apple. And we did have a late flag, and it's against the Eagles. Apparently it might be some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct. And I think the referee's mic is not working at the moment. So they're going to try and see if they're going to enforce the penalty here. I think somebody said Shazam too much and got caught.
Substitute defense, 12 on the field.
All right.
5 yards, previous spot, replay, first down.
Okay, so it's not an unsportsmanlike conduct. It's illegal substitution, 12 men on the field. And so that'll be, I believe, a 5-yard penalty only. And so it'll give the Beavers a little extra yardage. So it was to be 2nd and 7. But it looks like, well, now they're going to say it's an automatic first down. Okay, I'll get this right. They did get the first down, but then the penalty, and so it's 1st and 5. Scoreboard is not updated. So there you go. All right. All right, so I got Abby here, and I got Jonathan in New York monitoring the audio. So thank you guys very much. And here's the handoff. And we're going to look to see who got the carry. And it's Allen on the carry for the Beavers. Gain of 3 that time, but he's 2nd down and 2. Again, if I say Beavers, I want to say Oregon State, even though I'm wearing the Oregon State colors today, but it is the Beavers of ARC. And now Peterson out of the ray gun. And again, I call that the ray gun, named from former North Stater Ricky Ray, who just finished up a great Canadian football career. And oh, nice leap that time, but a big gain on the play out to the 48-yard line. And that'll be another first down for the American River College Beavers. Again, out of Sacramento. one of two junior colleges out of Sacramento, the other being Sacramento City College, and they're in a different conference. And so we've got... so again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. And I still got to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in on the video feed on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page with the staff courtesy of Siskiyou Media Council. And a short pass by Peterson to the far side. We're trying to see who came up with the reception for no gain on the play. To Tyrell Littlejohn. He is a 6 foot, 180-pound freshman wide receiver out of Pleasant Grove High School. That's down in Elk Grove. And there was no gain on the play that time, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Despite best efforts, went about 10 yards to gain nothing. Now here's Peterson. Out of the shot, out of the ray gun once again. He gets the handoff. And we have a flag on the play as he gets it out to Johnson. And again, we will have Peterson on the play. And again, if you're hearing some humming on the phone, that's me getting updates. Again, I don't have headphones today, but since you're still able to hear me, I think that's golden. And this penalty is going to go against College of the Siskiyous. And again, I have to emphasize the point, like I emphasized during the previous broadcast.
Defense, number 28. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot.
And defensive holding.
Results in 1st down.
It's a 10-yard penalty in college, and it's still an automatic 1st down. I know in the NFL it's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down, but in college it's a 10-yard penalty. And didn't catch who got it. And again, I have to emphasize, just like I emphasized in the last game we did here with Sequoias, College of the Siskiyou has been besieged by penalties this season. And it looks like it's heading that direction again. On 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And here's the handoff to Johnson again, and he is off to the races, splits defenders into the end zone. Touchdown, American River. And credit the offensive line that time, opening up that hole and getting the defenders out of the way so that Johnson can split the seam and go right through the defenders and up into the end zone. So it is now 13-7 with the extra point pending. 51 seconds left to go here in the 1st quarter of play. And again, we've got more high school football coming up. We're going to try and mention that for our viewers or for our listeners over in New York. And now here's the kick on the way, and it is good. So timeout on the field, 51 seconds left to go here in the 1st quarter of play. And American River College back on top. They lead 14-7 here against the Siskiyous Eagles. Stay with us. This is Siskiyous Eagles football. We'll take a 30-second break. Once again from College of the Siskiyous. It's right here all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network on Action VR Network, 920 WON The Apple, and the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. And we are back here on the Facebook page. Oh, it helps if I turn the mic off for our radio listeners. So we're still live, and it looks like the sun is about to peek out here at Herschel Meredith Stadium. Might warm it up just a little bit. But we thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Facebook page, and the video crew from Siskiyou Media Council, Paris Petrick, our wonderful director, and we're back on the air on the radio. And we are back here on Action VR Network and 920 WON The Apple, WON Sports, all along the Screaming Eagle Football Network. And it includes the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. And the fine folks handling the duties on the video end are from the Siskiyou Media Council. And our intrepid director, Paris Petrick, on the video side. And we're going to have a fair catch called for as number 17, Finn Reeves, 5'10", 165-pound freshman defensive back out of Lake Ridge High School in Lake Oswego, Oregon. Didn't look like he indicated the fair catch, but stopped, and that's where the Eagles are going to have the ball 1st and 10. And I guess they're going to bring it out to the 20. And Abby has gone Facebook Live on her page and is getting a good look at the video crew from Siskiyou Media Council, getting the job done. And I got to tell you, after all the changes that were made there after this penalty.
Offsides on the kicking team, number 29. 5 yards will be added to 25. First and 10, Siskiyou.
All right, so they're going to add 5 yards because of the penalty for offsides. So the ball will be out at the 30-yard line, first and 10. And again, for those of you who do not know, college rules, kickoffs come out to the 25 if there's a fair catch called for. And we're going to have whistles, and it looks like it's against the Eagles, so the 5 yards they got, they give right back. So kickoffs into the end zone or fair catches will come out to the 25-yard. Will be coming out to the 25-yard line, and punts come out to the 20. But then they added that 5-yard penalty out to the 30. Now it's back out to the 25, so it'll be first down and 15. Eagles trailing 7-0, still at 51 seconds left to go here in the first quarter play. Here's Chittick getting the handoff to what looks like Siskiyous Dennis Lee, a 5'10", 178-pound freshman running back out of Oregon City, Oregon, at Oregon Siskiyous or Oregon City High School. And I have seen the Oregon City program a few years ago when they played in a playoff game against North Medford. And this one's going to go against this is going to be a big penalty against the Beavers. Not sure if it was a personal foul penalty or not. Referee's mic just went out that time. It didn't rain, so I think he should be fine unless he's in a dead zone, which is where most cell phones go. And since I am on broadcasting from a cell phone on the radio side, there's usually a dead zone. Don't have to worry about that on the video side. That's definitely handled. And here's the handoff, and gets it to Dennis Lee once again. And picks up 5 yards on the first down, so now it'll be second down and 5. I'll tell you, it's always great to come back here to the old home county of Siskiyou County. Grew up here and started my broadcasting career here in Siskiyou County. Back from the glory days. I'll tell you about that in a second here as Dennis Lee is going to lose a couple of yards. Well, actually, he looks like he gains a couple of yards as he fought for some more yardage. So it should be about third down and 3. For those of you who are new on the Facebook page, I grew up here in Siskiyou County. And we're going to have a timeout here. We're going to stay right here with you through the break. During this timeout, for the folks on the Facebook page, for those of you in New York, you're getting a little education here. I grew up here in Siskiyou County, started my broadcasting career in Siskiyou County here. All the way back in 1987 at the old KWSD AM 620, which is now KMJC and part of Jefferson Public Radio. Started as a high school reporter at Weed High School. And boy, those were the bygone days of radio. And I started my television career here back in 1994, when the broadcast actually started in 1991 at the Northline Cable Television, back when it was King Video Cable. All the way back in the good old days with just Mount Shasta High School. I jumped on board and got the other 3 local high schools involved. And then 1997 was when College of the Siskiyous was introduced to the television world, so to speak, on what was then Media One, again now Northline Cable. And then I helped to continue the tradition for College of the Siskiyous. Now we're streaming live. So over 30 years of broadcast experience, and it's always good to come back to the old hometown, so to speak, and to the old home college where I graduated here in 2005, 15 years after I graduated high school from McLeod. There's Chittick with the pass as they took over. So it is now second quarter. So that's why we had a stoppage of play. It was the end of the second quarter, or first quarter. Now we're in the second quarter. give me a chance to kind of get my bearings about me, folks. It's been 3 weeks and been dealing with a lot of issues in the middle of a move, too. Staying in Central Point, but moving to a different apartment, and also dealing with some health issues as well. So I do apologize if I'm a little rusty. So a short pass for loss of 5, and now here's Lewis going to kick this one away. And that one is way up there. And a fumble. But it looks like the Beavers have it. And fumbled the fair catch, but down at the 25. So on the fair catch that time. So I gave you kind of my little history of broadcasting, well over 30 years. As we forewent the break, we want to thank everybody for tuning in on all across the Screaming Eagles Football Network, whether it be on Action VR Network, 920 WON The Apple out of New York City, or here at the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page with the staff from Siskiyou Media Council. And we're going to get a little more in-depth coming up a little later on the Siskiyou Media Council and their involvement with COS football. Here's Peterson. Oh, and that pass nearly intercepted. Nice coverage on the play that time by Daniel Ernst, a 5'11", 183-pound freshman defensive back out of Canyon Springs High School in Las Vegas. Vegas! Which they're still looking forward to having the Raiders next year. The intended receiver for ARC was number 88, Austin Gerard, 6'4", 230-pound freshman tight end out of Oak Ridge High School in El Dorado Hills. Now Patterson out of the ray gun on 2nd and 10. And gets it to his receiver. That'd be number 7, Jawan Tanner. 6'1", 175-pound freshman wide receiver out of Sacramento High School. They got more high schools I can count down there in Sacramento, I'll tell you that. Just the state capital. And home of the NBA Sacramento Kings, which play at the brand new Golden One Arena. And it's absolutely a nice arena. And I have a feeling that the old Arco Arena is going to be coming down very, very soon. Here's the handoff and gets it to his running back again. We have a flag on the play, and there could be some holding there. As number 35, Jonathan Allen, comes up with another carry, but this one could be coming back. And we'll see if it's a spot foul, probably 10 yards from the spot of the foul. That is what the rules indicate here. Again, coming up at halftime over on 920 WON The Apple, Joe Franklin will be gracing your radio for about 15 to 20 minutes. For those of you on Action VR Network, we're going to set things up.
Offense, number 7. 10 yards back for the spot of the foul.
So it will be a first down, but it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and they'll spot the ball at the Siskiyous 49-yard line. So it was against the Beavers, but it will still be a first down. And over on Action VR Network, we'll see what we can do about bringing Paris Petrick on to talk a little bit about Siskiyou Media Council's involvement in bringing the live video stream to the folks over at the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. And it's always good to be here with the alma mater. And no, I won't break into song. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. And it'll now be at the American River 49-yard line as they're right around midfield. And here's the short pass again. And gets it out to Johnson again, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and he gets the first down. And it looks like we have another flag on the play. This could be another hold, so hold the phone. Which is what I'm doing right now, holding the phone. As the flag is resting comfortably at the 47.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10 yards with starting foul. 3 plays, second down.
And I could hear the window banging there. The coaches upstairs not pleased about the defensive penalty on the part of Peter Povey, 6'3", 275-pound freshman outside line or offensive lineman out of Casa Roble High School out of Orangevale. The guilty party on that one. Dun, dun, dun. So second down and a bunch here, 2nd and 18. As it's starting to get a little nippy out here. Once breeze starting to kick up here. Here's Patterson again, gets a nice run.
Peterson on the carry, tackled by
Gain of 10 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 8 yards on the play. Scoreboard saying 3rd and 7, but it's actually 3rd and 8. And we're still checking to see if we're on the air all the way around. It looks like we are, so all good. And as I said, all good to be here at College of the Siskiyous. I did get my degree in media communications, which they're not offering it here anymore. That's a darn shame, but I may have to fight for that. And here's the pass from Patterson. And a nice pass picked up by Davis that time, and a late flag coming in. It looks like it could be a late hit on the or a leading with the helmet. Obviously, that penalty is not really. Both penalties will carry a 15-yard, but we're going to see which one. Could it be a targeting penalty? As Davis comes up with the 1st down. And no, that's not the scoreboard.
Personal foul. Targeting. Number 17 of defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Well, it was a 1st down anyway.
Number 17 is defense. It's been disqualified.
Oh, mercy. An ejection. Number 17. That's Finn Reeves. He has been ejected for targeting. And it was a 1st down anyway. Half the distance to the goal penalty. But now, Finn Reeves has to leave the field. He has been ejected from the game as he was penalized for targeting. Targeting with the helmet. And Reeves obviously vehemently disagreeing with the call. And is about ready, I think, to throw his helmet clear to Edgewood. He's that angry right now. But unfortunately, he has to leave the field. He is done for the game. So now the Beavers in good position again. Ball at the 13, and here's the handoff for no gain on the play as 35, Jonathan Allen with the carry for the Beavers.
carry for no gain.
So once again, penalties just been hurting College of the Siskiyous all season long, and they're rearing their ugly head again. And I think as I'm looking off camera here, Reeves is on his way back to the locker room, and DR Dennis Roberts right behind him. They're going to try and calm him down, but obviously not happy here. And we have a completed pass, but out of bounds, but another flag on the play, and this one looks like it'll be against College of the Siskiyous for the umpteenth time this season, as the penalties have hurt Siskiyous all season long, and they're hurting them again. And again, more clapping on the Beavers side, because this is going to be going against Siskiyous, but a little bit of a lengthy discussion, so they're going to decide what to do, maybe decline the penalty. Asking the captain, Eli Otoro, 6'4", 295-pound sophomore offensive lineman out of Oak Ridge High School. One of the captains going to be asking him if they want to keep the penalty or they want to decline the penalty. Just go ahead and take the down. Let's find out.
Holding. Defense, number 23. An eligible receiver. The pass went beyond the line of scrimmage. 10 yards. Automatic first down.
Well, that's going to hurt him again. It's going to be 1st and goal now at about the 7-yard line as Daniel Ernest hit with another penalty. And if you're Charlie Roach and the College of the Siskiyous coaching staff, you've got to be frustrated because it's just every time you get a big play, penalties come to get you. And here's the pass again. Oh, right out of the hands of Mr. Davis.
Pass intended for Eric Davis, 2nd down.
And Eric Davis nearly came up with that one, but again, the field saturated a little bit with moisture since it did rain yesterday throughout not only here in Siskiyou County but up into the Pacific Northwest. And you know that when you're closer to the coast, the weather can get pretty unpredictable. As it is a little on the chilly side here today as breeze is kicking up. And here's Johnson again. He dives for the end zone touchdown and a late flag. Touchdown, I believe, is going to count, but we're going to see what the flag is. It may not count. Looked like it was right into the offensive line, so let's see what happens. Here's the call.
Holding. Offense, number 88. 10 yards for the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
Number 88, the guilty party that time for the Beavers, as again, that is Gerard. And the Siskiyous bench saying, finally. So it'll be 10 yards further back. It'll be 2nd and goal from all the way back at about the 15-yard line. And here's the pass. And gets it to the new receiver that time, who gets a little bit of yardage back, about a Chris Osby, number 29, getting his name called for the first time. 5'9", 185-pound freshman running back out of Granite Bay High School in Granite Bay, California. And I think one of the reasons why we are being listened to on the East Coast, I can guarantee you there are going to be some people on the East, like some colleges out there, that want to look at some talent out here. Some states have community college football programs, others do not. I can tell you Washington, Oregon, and Idaho don't. That's why they come down here to play in Northern California. Here's the pass from Peterson, has a man open, and is ruled a touchdown. Naquan Parker, number 11, coming up with it. 6'2", 180-pound sophomore wide receiver out of Oakmont High School in Ryan Richards' hometown of Roseville, California. Ode to the host of the Ryan Richards Show, which you'll hear later on this evening on Action VR Network at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. As the original Double R is now on Action VR Network. And now the kick is on the way, and it is good. And just like what's been happening throughout much of the season, the visiting team comes here and comes out with a big lead. As Isaiah Gomez with the extra point. So timeout on the field, 9:59 left to go here in the first half of play. It's American River College 21 and College of the Siskiyou 7. Back after this, here all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. And we are back here on the College of the Siskiyou's Facebook page. Thank you very much for staying with us. And again, big kudos to the great folks here with Siskiyou Media Council providing the video footage and also the video live stream today on the College of the Siskiyou's page. And a great work. And I can tell you I'm going to definitely try to push to bring media communications back because we need more people locally that can do this. Welcome back, everyone, to Herschel Meredith Stadium, and here's the kickoff, and it is a knuckleball, but it is going to be picked up by number 5, who's going to try and get a return out of it, but Christian Dowdell, and we're going to have flags on the play as Christian Dowdell, 5'10", 174-pound freshman running back out of Hernando High School in Brooksville, Florida, with the return, but it looks like we may have a late hit after the tackle, and that could go against the Beavers, and that'll be, if that's the case, that'll be a 15-yard penalty. Thanks, Abigail. Inside joke, but not for the radio and not for the video. Thank you. I mean, yes, we are live streaming, but we do have to have decorum, folks. So I'm gonna have to try and keep the microphone away from Abby here. I know if this were a Siskiyou. Okay, hold on.
After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 6 of the kicking team.
Ooh.
15 yards for the end of the kick. This is number 6 of American River. First unsportsmanlike of the game.
All right, if you heard that one, that's
He'll take over from
Dylan Skaggs. Dylan Skaggs, excuse me, is the 5'9", 190-pound sophomore defensive back out of Graham Capuchin High School in Graham, Washington. Was called for unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's his first. If he gets another one, that will be an automatic ejection. And that rule has been universal for the last few years to try and cut down on unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and send a message, I think. And here's the pass. Loss of a yard on the play. As Kamani Wilkes, a 6'2", 245-pound tight end, freshman out of Del Sol High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I hate to say it, Vegas! Can't even get that out. Vegas is becoming a sports town. The Golden Knights in the NHL, the Aces in the WNBA. And next year, the Raiders. They used to have the Las Vegas Outlaws, one for the XFL and one for the Arena Football League. Here's the handoff again. It looks like it's to Dennis Lee once again, and he goes nowhere. Coming out of that one, celebrating. Number 53, Cooper Johnson. He's a 6'1", 205-pound freshman linebacker out of Woodland Christian High School in Woodland, California. Hello to Paul Vietti, our longtime colleague with Action VR Network and also the former tag team partner of George Thorolson doing Shasta College football from many years ago from the KQMS days. And speaking of Shasta College, in 2 weeks, the Knights come here to Weed to take on the Eagles. And just to let everybody know, Shasta Sports Network will carry it for Shasta College while we here do it on the COS Facebook page and Siskiyou Media Council as well. Here's the handoff, or the pass, as this time it's Ailman coming back in and throws it to no one in particular on 3rd and 12, and this one means punt time for the Eagles. But of course, we still do the audio streaming for the radio audience on Action VR Network and WON Sports. And again, to let everybody know that we have a new show coming up on WON Sports in association with Action VR Network. I'll tell you about that in a second, as Tristan Lewis will kick this one away, and he sends a booming kick into the Siskiyou sky, and there's a fair catch called for by Eric Davis Jr. And that will be where the Beavers will take over 1st and 10. It looks like at about the 21-yard line. Coming soon to the WON Sports Network, which Action VR, I'm dated now. Action VR Network's a part of. The XFL Today will be coming. We'll give you all the news and information on what's going on with the XFL. It will be a monthly show up until the season starts, and then it'll be a weekly show. It'll be myself and Fran Stutchberry will be co-hosts of that show. Jonathan Rios will also be coming in, and he'll tell you also about an XFL related show coming to WON. We have a flag on the play again as Number 7 sends it to Jawan Turner. And yet another flag on the play. This one could go against the offense.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. 10 yards from previous spot. Replay. First down.
So number 65, Tyler Guide, I hope I have that right. 6'2", 275-pound freshman offensive lineman out of Rockland High School in Rockland, California. And it's time now for our stations to identify themselves on the radio side. You are tuned to the Screaming Eagles Football Network. This is Action VR Network and the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page with the Siskiyou Media Council. Mike Summers back here at Herschel Miller Stadium, and here's a handoff, and no whistles are blowing. Now they finally do. As trying to stop the runner that time on the handoff. Well, it's not Davis. It's actually Tanner, Jawan Tanner. Gains a little bit of that yardage back, but took the referees a month of Sundays to blow the whistles to stop the play. So we're now at 2nd down and 13 from about the 20-some-odd yard line, and free play. Looks like, well, no flags on the play. I was expecting flags. I didn't see one flag thrown. It looked like one of the COS defenders got in the neutral zone, but as I said, no flags on the play that time. And yes, it'll be the normal pizza after the game for Abby and me before we head back north to Oregon.
Thanks, honey.
And since we got to be very careful, especially with public access, to mention businesses, our favorite place to go have our pizza is Pizza Factory. So if you're ever in town, go check it out. And here's Peterson. And gets the throw, but this one's going to go. Oh, my goodness, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jawan Turner coming up with the catch in between two defenders, and it looked like number 36 had a beat on the ball for the interception, and he is hurting for certain. Again, Antonio Thompson went up to try to get the interception, and he just got knocked down by Jawan Turner, who comes up with the pass. And it'll be 1st and 10, but Thompson is down. And it looks like he took a shot that time. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a 30-second break here. So those in the studio, let's take you to a quick break, and we'll come right back. This is College of the Siskiyous Football all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. For those of you on the video stream, as you see, Thompson looks like he's grabbing his knee, but it looks like they're looking at his calf or his ankle. And he went up for that jump ball. Tanner caught it, but unfortunately for Thompson, it looks like he came down on his ankle. And he's going to come off. He's going to limp off the field. Welcome back, everyone, as Antonio Thompson is going to get some help off the field. He went up for that jump ball to try and pick up the interception. It went right through his hands, but he is not putting any weight on that ankle. He came down hard on it as Jawan Tanner from right behind him came up with the catch and got the first down. But my goodness, that's not a good sign for the Eagles. They've already lost one of their players to an ejection, and now they've lost, looks like they're about ready to lose Thompson. And it's looking like the Eagles roster is depleted. They might have to bring one of the red shirts in who are not suited up. But for the Beavers, they got their full complement here. And now Grant Peterson out of the ray gun and gets it to his running back. As Jonathan Allen comes up with a good 5 yards on the play that time. It'll be 2nd down and 5. The clock continuing to count down here. 6:37 left to go. Again, coming up at halftime when we begin the second half broadcast. We'll try and bring in Paris Petrick, our intrepid director from the Siskiyou Media Council, who's directing our video feed, and talk a little bit about Siskiyou Media Council's involvement with covering this game and Siskiyou's home games. And we have a loss of 3 on the play. And that noise you hear in the background, that's the entire American River College Beaver sideline over here. Even though they got knocked back 3 yards, it's now 3rd down and 8. I'll take my own break coming up here in just a bit. And I'll tell you what's coming up at halftime over on WON Sports. And it looks like Peterson kept it himself. And it looked like he lost, or actually he gained a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down. It looks like they'll be punting. And Joe Franklin will be coming up at halftime on WON, so be sure and stay tuned for that. So we're going to see who's going to be taking care of the punting duties for the Beavers. Looks like I'm hearing 18, and here's a 19. It's a short kick, and it's going to head into the end zone for a touchback. So number 18, or 19, Jesus Gonzalez, who's the punter, and kicks that one, and so that'll come out to the 20. If it's a punt, it's 20. If it's a kickoff, it's 25. So that's what I have to always remind myself. So you folks there who are listening on the radio say, "You moron, we all knew that." Oh, it's going to be out at the 25. Okay. We don't know the...
I don't think the refs know.
I think
There we go.
There we go. Now they got it right. Yeah, we're all sitting here going, wait a minute, what's going on? They're doing this wrong. Okay, all right, fine. All right, Jonathan, I think is still trying to type me here. So, but again, we got 4:44 left to go here before halftime. Again, on WON Sports, it's going to be Joe Franklin that will take you through the halftime. And Nature VR Network will take a quick break, and we'll get you set up for the second half. I do have to take my own break here shortly. Here's the handoff from Chittick to Mr. Banks. Gain of 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4. As the sun has come out here at Herschel Meredith Stadium, after we have had a few days of rain, especially up in southern Oregon. And it didn't affect our move either, so nothing got wet, thankfully. And Chittick is going to be wrapped up. Big loss on the play, number 44. Hunter Cordova coming up with that. He is a 6'3", 245-pound sophomore defensive lineman out of St. Mary's High School in Stockton. The St. Mary's Rams, not to be confused with the St. Mary's Crusaders in Medford, Oregon, but both private schools. I'm familiar with the St. Mary's Rams program, a very strong program in Stockton. And in fact, Stockton has a G League team, the Stockton Kings, which used to be the Reno Bighorns that are associated with the Sacramento Kings. And Chittick on the fake. My gosh. Getting right back out to the 15-yard line. And I don't know if I should use that Paul Vietti line, even though we have to keep decorum here. And a timeout is going to be taken by the Beavers. So we're going to have timeout on the field, and we're going to stay right here with you through the break to let you know about that new program on WON, and it's going to be really cool. As the countdown to XFL 2020 approaches, so does the countdown to WON Sports Guardian Game Day with Fran Stutchberry, new weekly radio show talking everything inside and outside of the New York Guardians football squad. And the New York Guardians are the XFL's new team. So be on the lookout for the premiere of Guardians Game Day with Fran Stutchberry coming February 2020, only on 920 WON The Apple. So that is the other program that involves the XFL, and that solely will be for the New York Guardians. So a little plug there for the Apple, and here's the kick as that's on 4th down, and that one's a knuckler, and it's going to be picked up by number 6, who's going to be wrapped up immediately, and is going to be brought down, and that is Dylan Skaggs. And we got whistles oh plenty as there's a flag. That's going to be a flag. Could very well be against the Eagles here again, but it was right along the line of scrimmage. Got a huddle going over here right in front of us at the 50-yard line. Gotta love the Eagle fans if you can hear the screaming and hollering back there. They're passionate.
Holding number 53 for the return team. 10 yards back for the end of the kick. First down.
Number 53, that's Cooper Johnson once again. He has been nailed with another penalty, and that's going to move the ball back another 10 yards. I just heard on the American River sidelines, let's just penalize everybody here. Well, that's what they're doing. That's what the officials do here at this stadium. They penalize everybody. They'll even penalize the food vendors for using the bullhorn too much. Here's Peterson on 1st down. I know I'm in rare form today. Try the veal. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Clock still running here. 2:50 left to go here in the first half of play. It is 21-7. For those of you who haven't been keeping score, American River College with the lead here. And these are obviously much different uniforms. Almost looks like Penn State. Which Penn State has a big game against Michigan today. And there's a gain on the play that time. And I'm going to look for number 28 again. I believe that's Tajon King. So as I said, the uniforms here for American River are almost reminiscent of Penn State. So gives them that feel at least. Numerals on the side, going old school here. Like from college teams on back in the good old days, and now they brought that back many years ago. Here's the pass almost picked off. As I said, almost picked off, but caught. Oh, now they're going to say pass is incomplete. Incomplete. As Tyrell Littlejohn was the intended receiver. So this is going to be 3rd down. Well, now 4th down at about 5, and I think they're going to punt this one away. As Jesus Gonzalez will get ready to punt this one away. And he's going to try and look in coffin corner this one, I'm sure, to try and pin the Eagles deep. He tried that before, but it just went right into the end zone. There were no Beavers around to try and stop it. What are you laughing at? Ay, ay, ay. Right. Is that kick? Abby, Paris is going to kick you out of the booth here if you're not careful. So, with that punt, Abby's having too much fun here, folks. But it's going to be out to the 25 anyway, and so the Eagles will have it 1st down and 10. Minute 41 left to go. Again, coming up at halftime, we will have Paris Petrick on, and we're talking about Siskiyou Media Council and what they do, and I'm very familiar with the Siskiyou Media Council, merging 2 public access stations in 2 different parts of Siskiyou County together into one, and it's a great merger. Definitely a great merger right there. Robert Banks on the carry inside a minute and a half to go here in the first half of play. And over on WON, Joe Franklin will be on the during the halftime show, and I'll be taking a bit of a break here. Yeah. Abby's just having a great time here, folks, and so are we here in Weed, California. as the sun is out here. And here's the pass, and it's to Wickman once again, and he gets a couple of key blocks. Heads across midfield, knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And as our colleague George Thorlson would say, just what the doctor ordered for the Screaming Eagles. He used to use that line a lot for the Shasta College Knights, who, as I mentioned earlier, will be here in 2 weeks, and we'll be carrying that game for you all through the Screaming Eagles Football Network, right here on Facebook Live for College of the Siskiyous, as well as Action VR Network and 920 W1 the Apple. And that ball's batted in the air and almost picked off by an O lineman. So it'll be set up a second down. 55. George Spithurst, yes, that's his name, Spithurst, is a 6'2", 235-pound sophomore linebacker out of Elk Grove High School. Almost came up with the interception. I just read them. I don't make them up. On 2nd and 10, and here's Chittick. Almost lost the handle on the ball, but gets a short pass. And that's all he needed to do was to make sure that he got the pass. And lost about 4 yards on the play, but the important part was he held on to the ball after he bobbled it. The Beavers nearly smelled blood that time when the ball went up in the air. And the clock continues to run here. 20 seconds left to go. I don't even think the Eagles realize that. So this is probably going to be the last play of the first half. Here's the handoff. And hopefully they can see the clock. And it's going to count down. And this will probably be the end of the first half. And 4th down, they're just going to run the clock out. And that will be the end of the first half of play. Here from Herschel Meredith Stadium in Weed, California, on the campus of College of the Siskiyous. At the half is the American River College Beavers 21 and the College of the Siskiyous Screaming Eagles 7. We're going to take a quick break. The video stream, I think, is going to continue here. For those of you on WON Sports and the WON 920, Joe Franklin will be coming up. For those of you on Action VR Network, we'll break away. We'll go off the air for just a few minutes, but then we will be back to bring you our halftime show, so stay with us. This is College of the Siskiyous football, all along the College of the Siskiyous Screaming Eagle Football Network.
The following is a presentation of Action VR Sports.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, you folks who are watching on the video stream, I'm going to depart just for a minute, but I will be right back, and we are going to have a little bit of fun, so stay with us. All right. All right, Paris, how's this? Good? Okay. All right. All right, can you hear me up there? I'm going to turn this down a little so that... I'm going to throw another PSA in here, and then we're going to get things going. Actually, no, I'm not. All right. Okay. Are we back live? Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. This is me monitoring the radio feed, so hope that you're enjoying the game. And I'm going to be going back on here in just a few seconds on the radio feed, so be sure and stay tuned here on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook feed. We just had a great interview with Paris Petrick over on the radio side, and just really great insights on the Siskiyou Media Council. And if you want to do some great things, go check out College of the Siskiyous and also go to the Siskiyou Media Council office. So we're about ready to go back live here on the radio, so stand by. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Herschel Meredith Stadium on the campus of College of the Siskiyous on the Screaming Eagles Football Network. Whether you are listening to us on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page with the staff from Siskiyou Media Council handling everything, our great camera people, the guys up in the booth, and also Paris doing a great job with directing as per usual. Thanks to Paris Petrick for joining us here on the radio side. And waiting to get a thumbs up from Jonathan Rios if we're back on the air over on WON, as Joe Franklin is currently on the air at the moment. But we're just about ready to return to action from here at Herschel Meredith Stadium. And for College of the Siskiyous, it's an uphill climb. They are trailing 21-7. Lone touchdown for the Eagles was the quarterback keeper by one Hayden Chittick, who is one of two quarterbacks. They've been utilizing two quarterbacks here with the Ty Sivansa out. And we are back on with WON in New York. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks very much, Jonathan Rios out there. We are back here at College of the Siskiyous Herschel Meredith Stadium. Again, a reminder, we've got high school football back on the air, and I think we're back on now. Welcome back, everyone, on WON Sports, 920 WON The Apple in New York City. We're about ready to get the second half kickoff here from beautiful Weed, California. So wherever you're listening to us from, whether you're in Weed, California, or if you are in Brooklyn, New York, or Coconut Creek, Florida, where Wacko Bob's at, we're certainly glad that you are back on the air with us. And here's the kick from Tristan Lewis. And it's going to be picked up by a receiver here. And gets a couple of good blocks and gets it out to about the 35-yard line. We'll see who comes out of the pile.
Savante Jordan on the return for the 35.
And Savante Jordan with the return for American River College. And the Beavers are going to take it first down and 10. I want to say Beavs. Like Oregon State Beavers, but I don't know if they'd like me hearing that. But we certainly appreciate all of you tuning us in here on the network. And we are streaming live on the video at the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, look for it. And in the future, make sure you go to SiskiyouMediaCouncil.org with their live stream coming up in just a few weeks. So you might want to check that out for you folks throughout all across the country and around the world to see what this beautiful area is like. We're going to have a flag on the play. And Abby has not
Play
stopped
game.
laughing.
Offense, number 14. 5 yards. First down.
So offsides against Grant Patterson, and Abby has not stopped laughing, or delay of game, they're going to say, since the end of the first half. But most of us, we broke away from the break here. We broke away from our live feed here on the network and everything, and so much stuff. We're gonna tell you more about what's coming up here on both networks here shortly. And there's a short pass getting out to number 5, Little John, and he picks up about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. And once again, we'll tell you about high school football coming up as soon as we're done with COS football here all along the network on Action VR Network and WON Sports. And if you are listening to us, we'll tell you about how to get a chance to listen to the games. Whoa! What a stick, but it was after the incompletion. Pass was incomplete. It looked like Jawan Tanner was the intended receiver for the Beavers. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Again, for those of you on 920 WO in the Apple, coming up next, it's going to be the Trumbull Eagles and the Danbury Hatters, not Haters, the Hatters from Danbury, Connecticut. The game will come on as soon as that is done. Danbury, Connecticut. There you go. Wonder if anybody from either Trumbull or Danbury will be listening to this game and say, they want to go out west, see what this Colleges of Siskiyous is all about. Here's the short pass, and it's out to Tanner once again, and he gets a nice substantial gain, but he's going to be short of a first down by 2 yards, and looks like the Beavers are going to kick this one away. It'll be Jesus Gonzalez getting ready to kick this one away. All right, Gonzalez is going to take the ball, and he kicks this one away. And it's a nice booming kick, and it's heading towards the end zone, and it's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line. Again, another reminder also on WON Sports, we're talking XFL football. The draft was this week, and several players went, and I can tell you a couple Oregon Ducks went in the second day of the draft. One to the Seattle Dragons, the other to the Tampa Bay Vipers, and an Oregon State Beaver got a chance to go in the first round of the skill players to the New York Guardians. And I'll tell you about the New York Guardians with regards to WON here shortly after we get this first play underway here. As Hayden Chittick will take the snap. He gets a short pass. And gets it out to Wickman once again, and he gets a nice substantial gain. We have another flag on the play, so what else is new? Whenever the Eagles have the ball and they get a big gain, a flag has to come out. And I have a feeling there are going to be some COS spectators that are going to be upset with the calls here.
Holding. Offense. Number 1. 10 yards for the spot of the foul. Replay. First down.
So D'Angelo Biggs has been whistled with the penalty, the guilty party there. So again, it'll be first down, but further back, 1st and 15. You got a chance to speak to Hayden Chittick's dad just a little while ago, saying that he's finally getting an opportunity to play, and what a better chance as any to get a chance to play here. Chittick's pass is complete to Wickman, gain of about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. And he's a very versatile quarterback, but he can also run, and he has the Eagles' lone touchdown on a 15-yard touchdown keeper scamper in the first quarter of play, but that's about all the Eagles have been able to do here today. It's been American River throughout much of this contest here today. And again, I'm hoping that I'm able to be heard. Oh, and the short pass juggled around. Kamani Wilkes had the ball, but juggled it and out of his hands. So now it will be 3rd down and 11. And again, we will not be making the travel next week to Butte College to follow the Eagles. So that's one thing that Jonathan doesn't have to worry about. But we wish the Eagles the best of luck against the school that produced 2 Super Bowl champions that we know of, Larry Allen and Aaron Rodgers. As the Eagles will head down to Butte College in Oroville to take on the Roadrunners. And in 2 weeks, we'll be back here for the rivalry game, COS versus the Shasta College Knights. On 3rd and 11. And here's another handoff. This one's going to be a 1st down. Banks with the 1st down. And I can hear some screaming with the hurry up. That's probably out of the booth, actually. That might be the coordinators outside of the booth. So we'll be able to hear it. The American River College booth is shut, so we're not going to be able to hear any profanity. I don't think. Here's the pass, but it's incomplete. Which one of the games did we do? That I think it was the San Mateo game when I was taping the game, and it was before I came on board with the Siskiyou Media Council staff, where it was the San Mateo player, or actually the booth upstairs. There was a lot of profanity coming out of there, and it's a good thing that I wasn't calling that game, because they would have been hearing that. And I'd hate to say it, but Peterson probably would have got in there and beat the guy up. There's the handoff on 2nd and 10. Truth. Like I said, public access, you have to have good taste and decorum there, too. So, Banks on the carry. Not you, sweetheart. Because it goes back to the old television code days, back when they actually had the television code, where you had to have good taste and decorum in your programming and advertising, and those are the bygone days these days. On 3rd down and 5, Siskiyous with the ball, and Chittick getting the plays, and several players have plays on their wristbands, which it used to be just the quarterback. Now it's the skill players, and a fumble on the play. And we're going to see who's got it. The Beavers have it on the handoff. Lost the handle on the ball, and it winds up in the hands of American River College. Again, if you're just tuning us in, American River College out of Sacramento. One of two junior colleges. We call them community colleges here. Up north, they're called community colleges, but they're the same thing. But one of 2 junior colleges out of Sacramento, the other being Sacramento City College, which did produce a Seattle Seahawk by the name of Seneca Wallace. He's long since retired. And got a chance to watch Seneca when he played for the Panthers when they took on the Knights years ago. Here's the handoff. Peterson connecting with Turner. About a 9.5-yard gain, I'm going to say, but they'll probably mark him for the 9-yard gain at about the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 1. God, I miss those days going to do Shasta College games, but Shasta Sports Network has that handled. And they'll be here next week, but I'm sticking with my hometown crew right here. Here's the pass from Patterson's got a man wide open. Just trots into the end zone. Touchdown, Eric Davis for the American River College Beavers, and the Beavers can do no wrong. They're building the dam now. Of course, like Abby and I, she's the Duck fan, I'm the Beaver fan, we're married, so that makes us a duck-billed platypus. Only there are no teams in California called the Ducks other than the Anaheim Ducks in the NHL, but that doesn't work, so. No. Yeah. Now the kick coming up, on the way, and it is just in.
With 10:35.
So 10:35 left to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. It is American River College 28
Fans, get your
and College of the Siskiyou 7. Take a break and come right back. You are listening to College of the Siskiyous football all along the Siskiyous radio network.
All right. Ticket number 6227.
All right, again, for you folks on the Facebook Live page, it's great to be here once again, and I know that I wish you could enjoy this game as you hope, but it's the way it goes. You know, it's been kind of the microcosm of the season for College of the Siskiyous, but they have a chance at redemption next week against Butte. I'll tell you more about that in a second. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Herschel Meredith Stadium on the campus of College of the Siskiyous here in Weed, California, as you are being heard all over the Screaming Eagles football network, whether it be Action VR Network out of Coconut Creek, Florida, and Central Point, Oregon, or 920 WON The Apple, New York City. We're glad to have you here, and of course, the folks here on the Facebook page locally. Here's the handoff. This is the kick return, and it looks like it's number 5. Trying to see who it is. I think it was. It was Christian Dowdell.
652. That's 206.
And he's no relation to Charles Dowdell, who was a former indoor football quarterback for the dearly departed Spokane Empire. Which, by the way, I want to give a big birthday shout out to Arena Football Hall of Famer Cedric Bonner. Today's his birthday. He's 25 9 times over, I think. So happy birthday, Ced Bonner, past guest on our podcast, Arena Football Nation. Here's the handoff. And the Eagles trying to get a spark going right here after losing the ball previously on a fumble.
Little on the carry for 6 yards.
Little on the carry for about a 6-yard gain. It'll be second down, and, well, they're going to say an 8-yard gain, so it'll be second down and 2. Chain gang working their magic today. And that one's going to be little for an Eagles first down. And guys are tangled up a little bit, but no harm, no foul. No blood, no ambulance, no paramedics. Using that one to give a nod to the late, great Chick Hearn, the former LA Laker announcer we lost back in 2002. One of the great inspirational voices in broadcasting. Here's the handoff. This time it's to number 4. Breaks loose. Has one man to beat. Is going to be knocked out of bounds. And that's Little once again. Huge gain. It's going to get him into Beavers territory. And it'll be a first down. Again, another reminder here on Action VR Network and 920 WO in the Apple. We're going to be once again joining the Siskiyou Media Council crew and the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page for Screaming Eagle football. So they'll host the Shasta College Knights. I can't wait for it. Good to see new head coach Brian Hamilton.
2 yards.
2-yard gain on the play with Little with the carry once again.
Number is 2.
Looking forward to getting a chance to reunite with Brian Hamilton, who's now the head coach of Shasta College. His head coaching experience previously was with Foothill High School down in Palisadro, and took him to do some great things. But for many years, an assistant under Craig Thompson, who Craig is now demoted himself down to offensive coordinator after many, many years as the head coach of Shasta College. I'd love to get him on our podcast sometime, or at least our broadcast here. And D'Angelo Biggs got the reception and down by contact, but lost about 2 yards on the play that time. We'll be back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Ball all the way back to the 47-yard line. (28-7) in favor of the American River College Beavers, and we're going to try and get an update from the Ducks Huskies game, which Jonathan's keeping an eye on. And Nice reception that time, but did he get a first down from the indication of the official? That is a first down. Well, we're going to say fourth down, but not by much. And knowing Siskiyous, they're going to go for it on this one. On fourth down is Chittick. 4th and inches. He's got Little in the backfield. 2 wides out to the far side. And has the tight end set. High snap, flag on the play. This one's going to be backed up. Little gets the first down, but it's going to be all for naught, as that flag immediately came out after the snap. It looks like it's going to be another penalty against the Eagles. And I'm telling Abby, I think you should have brought the signs today. All right, looks like we may have lost the video feed.
Number 58, lined up in the neutral zone. 5 yards previous spot. Results of the play is a first down.
Well, it would have been a first down anyway, as now a neutral zone infraction called against the Beavers. And here's the handoff to Little once again on first down. Well, it looks like they may have lost the video feed, but we're still on the air here oh, still on? Okay. Well, it looks like the video feed is still on, but so we're on all the way around.
622-7437. Pick up your prize and trip.
So on second down, after a gain of 6 by Little, he takes the handoff once again, and he's going to bruise his way to another first down. He got it on 4th and inches, and it looks like, oh my goodness, as I'm looking, and it is going to be a first down. It almost looked like it was going to be inches, but referees indicated it as a first down. And so this is what they're going to be doing now. 6:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Excuse me, still trying to recover from the, I guess the one-day cold I had a couple of days ago. Here's the handoff again to Little, and he's going to lose a yard that time. And Abby ain't going to like this. Huskies 28, Ducks 21 in the third quarter. That's what's going on right now. And again, to remind everybody on WON, we're going to make sure that we get this in again. The Trumbull Eagles taking on the Danbury Hatters, Danbury, Connecticut. That comes up right after College of the Siskiyous football. And we're going to get right to that other announcement, too, of a program that's only going to air on WON, but I'm looking forward to hearing it anyway. Oh, and that passing complete. D'Angelo Biggs, the intended receiver. Again, a reminder, a new weekly radio show devoted to the XFL's newest team, the New York Guardians, called Guardian Game Day, hosted by Fran Stutchberry. Takes a look at what's the goings-on with the New York Guardians and the XFL. And that will be coming up in February 2020 on 920 WON The Apple and the WON Sports Network. Geez, I got to do it in my Howard Cosell voice on the WON Sports Network. 3rd and 10. Again, another handoff this time. And this one breaking a couple of tackles and heads to the 10-yard line. And that is going to be a first and goal as Robert Banks has a first and goal. And we mentioned this, I don't know if we mentioned this a little earlier, but Jonathan wanted me to make sure that everybody knows the Illinois Fighting Illini upset the 6th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers 24-23 in a hard-fought contest. And fumble on the play. And it looks like the Eagles will get it back. Little was tackled that time. And it's going to... Walker on the tackle that time. It'll be second down and a long 5. Got a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the play, maybe 4.5. And Chittick is going to keep it himself. Well, I thought it was 1st and goal, but it's actually just short. 3rd down and about 4 yards to go, so a gain of a couple of yards. Well, they're going to say scoreboard says 3rd and 2, but we'll see if that is the case. It's actually 3rd and 2. There we go. Well, Bob Zollernato's got his binoculars working in good order. Working up there in the booth. And we'll be bringing you a station ID after this play. We'll break away for a station identification after this play here. And did he get the 1st down? And we're going to see. And it'll be 4th down. And we'll take a quick 10-second break to allow our stations to identify themselves all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. This is Action VR Network and the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. Mike Summers back here at Herschel Meredith Stadium on the campus of College of the Siskiyous on all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network, including Action VR Network, 920 WO in the Apple of New York, and the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page with the Siskiyou Media Council. Timeout is going to be taken, so we're going to take a 30-second break and get you right back to all of the action coming up here. It is College of the Siskiyous trailing 28-7 against American River College Beavers. This is College of the Siskiyous football all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network.
6-2-2-7-4.
She did win.
Come claim your prize.
Go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it, Abby.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. Yep.
I think I'm good luck.
Yeah, you are.
Get interviewed on the radio and you win a prize.
Yeah.
This could have been a minute break, but oh well. And we are back, and wouldn't you know it, Paris just won a prize. Get interviewed on Action VR Network, and you win a prize. I should be the next Drew Carey. Okay, I'm stretching it. Though Abby and I are going to be heading to Seven Feathers on November the 30th, because guess what? The Price is Right Live is going to be up there. So I hope everybody can get tickets to go to Seven Feathers. Tickets are $35, and go to sevenfeathers.com, I do believe is the website. Here's Little. I hate to use a commercial there. And stopped on 4th down, and American River will take over on downs, 1st and 10. So yeah, Abby and I, and we could say it on the radio because nobody else in our family can hear it, but we're going to go to the Price is Right Live, and I can't wait for that one. Who knows?
2-2-7-4-2-5.
I was hoping they didn't give out my... Never mind. All right, so the Beavers are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line. Eagles had chance after chance after chance to punch it in and just couldn't get through that dam that the Beavers built. So 1st down and 10 for ARC, and Grant Patterson back at the helm for American River. He just getting out of the end zone that time was 35.
Jonathan Allen on the carry.
That was Jonathan Allen. No gain on the play, and we have a player down for the Eagles. And out come the Eagle medical staff. ARC brought their staff as well, so it's always good to have everybody come together. And it looks like it's Wayne Parrish, 6 foot, 221-pound sophomore linebacker out of South Broward High School, or South Forward High School in Hollywood, Florida. And it looks like he's going to be down for just a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick 30-second break and come right back. You are listening to College of the Siskiyous Football. Well, I guess we were going to take a break, so hold off on the break, Jonathan, as Parrish will come off the field under his own power. 3:06 left to go here in the 3rd. And he's coming off limping a little bit. Beavers riding high right now here in Weed, California. A beautiful day, and believe it or not, the clouds are breaking up, turning into a beautiful day after we had clouds in the sky, a threat of rain. But yep, it's below 50 degrees, I can tell you that, because now you got the breeze coming in and it's making it feel like it's in the 40s. So, yeah, that's Siskiyou County weather for you. I grew up in it and I'm used to it, so that's how it is. Here's the, although I think my age is catching up with me, though. Here's the pass, and it's going to be another first down for ARC, and number 88 on the reception that time. That's Gerard. Austin Gerard with the reception that time for the Beavers. That offensive line for American River has done everything right to protect the quarterback and also help to protect the running backs to try and get through and open up holes and everything. So you got to give credit to the Beavers. They've done extremely well here throughout the course of the afternoon. Here's the handoff again, and the Eagles snuffed that out immediately. So we're on that carry that time. Loss of a yard that time for the Beavers, and for the first time, what I'm looking at here on the Herschel Meredith Stadium field, I'm looking at gold soccer lines because College of the Siskiyous does have a soccer team, and they used to play on a makeshift field out on the campus, but now they're playing their home soccer games here at Herschel Meredith Stadium. And that's awesome because I don't know if it's both men or women. I think it is, but I'll find out eventually here. Short pass to Davis, and he gets about a 4-yard gain. College of the Siskiyous, I know they have men's soccer. I think they have women's soccer as well. And they have an opponent close by in Oregon, the Ospreys of Rogue Community College, which they've had soccer, I think, for the last 3 or 4 years now. And they did have cross country for like the first couple of years, but did away with that. Now they have volleyball. And because the main campus for Rogue Community College is at Grants Pass, they play their soccer and volleyball in Medford. And COS has been participating in a lot of events there as well. Nice pass and a first down as Eric Davis Jr. took a shot. Boy, he earned that first down, but I got to tell you, number 41 was the first to pop him. And that was Jonathan Bailey, a 5'10", 166-pound freshman defensive back out of Canyon Springs High School in Vegas. And I got to tell you, my Vegas Golden Knights are doing real well in their third season in the National Hockey League. And 2020, I think it's next season, I do believe. Or maybe 2 seasons after that. I'll get back to that in a second here. As Allen on the carry, gain of about 5 yards. Second down and 5. NHL is going to be in Seattle either next season or 2 seasons from now. So that's obviously, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter of play, and I'll get back to that in just a second. As the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles still got a long way to go. They got 15 minutes to try and get back into it. They trail the American River College Beavers by a score of 28-7. Stay with us. This is Screaming Eagle football all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. And I'll turn this down for all of our viewers on the Facebook page. And Abby giving me the bad news for herself. And, oh my gosh, it's final. Oregon State 21, Cal Berkeley 17. Sorry, Bears. Beavers win. Take that. We're still in the commercial break over on the radio, so I'll go ahead and call the plays here on the video side as Peterson with the handoff, and it looks like it's to Allen once again, and he's going to be stopped, I think, just short of a first down by 2 yards. Welcome back to action. Play was run here as we started the fourth quarter. Peterson with the handoff to Jonathan Allen, and he gains some yardage on the play to make it third down, and they're going to call it third down and 2. About a gain of 8 on the play, I do believe. So we're coming up on third down. To kind of get back to the point on the NHL, heading to Seattle, you would think that my wife, who loves all Seattle teams, would start rooting for them, but nope, she's sticking with her Boston Bruins, who got off to a really hot start this year themselves. And here's the handoff, and this one looks like it will be a first down. Will it require measurement? Nope, it'll be a first down on the handoff once again. It's like Jeremiah Johnson picks up the first down. There we go, as I'm doing it right. For the American River College Beavers. I'll get it right eventually, folks. I've called enough of these games to know it's American River College. Once again, to kind of remind everybody that Seattle will be getting the NHL either next season or the season after. So they're pretty excited about that. As far as football is concerned, I'll give you a little information here. And he overthrows his man, but not by much. As number 10, the intended receiver. That's Marco Queenie, is a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore wide receiver out of Capitol High School in Boise, Idaho. Again, a reminder that Pacific Northwest community colleges, Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, do not have football programs. So that's why you see a lot of players from the Pacific Northwest come down here to California. American River picked up a couple of Northwest products themselves, but the majority of their roster is local out of the Sacramento area. Here's Peterson. Short pass, dropped that time. Another incomplete pass. Fortunate situation for the Beavers. That would have been a big loss if he would have been dropped right there, but pass incomplete. As far as football is concerned, everybody excited about the news of the Spokane Shot coming back, but this time in the Indoor Football League. And Abby and I are still waiting to hear about Portland. Maybe our Portland Thunder. Maybe coming back to the IFL. I hope. Just haven't really heard much of anything yet. But did find out Yakima is going to have a American West Football Conference indoor team very, very soon. Here's Peterson. He's going to keep it himself. And he gets knocked out of bounds after about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and 7, and Beavers with nothing to really gain out of it. We'll punt this one away back to the Screaming Eagles. So now for College of the Siskiyous, it'll be back to the drawing board here for the next week because they got a tough road test coming up next Saturday. They head to Oroville to take on the Butte College Roadrunners. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, a school that has also produced some NFL players. And there's the kick by Gonzalez and a nice spiral. It's going to take a Beaver bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. So the Eagles will take over 1st down and 10. Butte College has had some players that have gone on to the NFL. Larry Allen, who won a couple of Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys. Garrett Cross, who went on to play in the NFL for the Cleveland Browns. A Chico High School graduate. And they also produced another Super Bowl champion, some fellow by the name of Aaron Rodgers. I think maybe you've heard of him. But the Butte College Roadrunners will be the host team at John B. Cowan Stadium in Oroville as they host COS next week. And there will be no coverage for that one. Pass goes to D'Angelo Biggs. And the Eagles will have the 1st down of a gain of 13 yards on that play. But I can't wait for 2 weeks from today when we're all here, our entire crew here, the video crew, the radio crew, when the Eagles will host the Shasta College Knights, and that's going to be a big one. And it's definitely going to be big for the Knights because it looks like it's their year this year. And we're going to have flags all over the place as there's some jawing going on. This one's going to go against the Eagles, and you know the frustration that happens quite a bit when you get this many penalties against you. Frustration's definitely set in, and this one's probably going to go against. Well, I don't know. The officials are discussing it. My initial indication was going to be against the Eagles, but I don't know. Like I said, there was a lot of jawing going on after that tackle. And it is going to go against College of the Siskiyous.
State ball, personal foul, offense number 56, 15 yards, second down.
So it'll be second down, but it's going to be second down from clear to Ashland. I'd have to do it the way my good pal George Thorlson would say it. Second down and half the distance to Reading. So I'm trying to count here. About 25 is what they're saying on the scoreboard. About 25 or 26. But again, the Eagles shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, and there's the handoff. I wish Paris were around to hear George Thorlson's call whenever they did Shasta College games when they came up here. I'll tell you, they were so much fun, and I used to do two-a-days for like maybe about 3-4 years. Used to cover a COS game in the day and then go down to Reading to do a Shasta College game at night. Make it down there just in time, and I'll tell you, I logged a lot of miles all those years, especially to work with George Thorlson and Paul Vietti. George and I work once a year these days with doing the Lions All-Star game, as he lives in the Sacramento area, as a matter of fact, Fair Oaks. Here's the keeper on the part of Chittick. It's about a 2-3 yard gain. And this one's going to be fourth down, so they're going to probably punt this one away. But Hayden Chittick getting some playing time in here with Sivangsa, I believe, out injured. Not sure if he was hurt during one of the games that we didn't cover when they were on the road, either at Chabot or at City College of San Francisco. But Sivangsa did not get the start today. And here's the kick by Lewis. And it's going to be picked up by number 6. By Skaggs. And it'll be called down at the 48-yard line of the Eagles. So just been pretty much all American River College here today. And again, entering today's game at 3-2. We got that information from Jonathan Rios, mentioning that the Beavers, with the 3-2 record, did pretty well for themselves and could go up to 4-2. And if they continue the road that they're on, they could wind up going to a bowl game or even hosting a bowl game at ARC. But they definitely have the horses for sure this season. And Peterson gets this one away, and it's going to be caught. And this one could be 6, but no, it's not. As number 5, that's Little John. And got some more out of it there, and it's down to the Eagle 10-yard line, and they are knocking on the door once again. First and goal from the 10. So what started out as a cloudy day here today, the sun has come out. It's turned out to be a gorgeous day. Still a little on the cool side, but I'll take it since I grew up here. But unfortunately, with my age, it's catching up to me. There's the handoff once again, and it's going to be to Allen. About a 5-yard gain. It'll be second and goal from the 5. NBA season about a week away from getting started with the regular season, and I know for the folks here on the West Coast, or especially in this particular area, they're going to be rooting for the Kings and the Blazers this year. Of course, I live in Oregon again. I was a Kings fan up until I moved to Medford. And at that point, I became a Blazer fan. And the Blazers are celebrating their 50th anniversary, by the way. 50th anniversary season. Here's the handoff into the end zone. Well, going to be stopped just short. Right about the 1 yard line as Vonathan Allen was going for the touchdown, but is going to be stopped just a yard short. And I don't mind looking around the guys here as they've got their eyes on the action here. Just another wonderful job by the Siskiyou Media Council staff getting the games broadcast live on the College of the Siskiyous Facebook page. And hopefully Sunday we'll have some COS games broadcast live throughout the Siskiyou Media Council on YCTV 4 in Wairika and MCTV 15 in Mount Shasta. And here's launching himself that time, Allen, into the end zone for the touchdown. But boy, Allen, I got to tell you, he launched himself. XFL, are you watching? Hopefully they got their eyes on what we've got right here, because they're still going to look to bring some players into the XFL, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking for the future right here. Vonathan Allen, my goodness, he just flew through the air. And now here's the kick on the way, and that is good as Gomez puts it through the uprights. And so timeout on the field. 8:26 left to go here in the ball game, and it is all American River College leading 35-7 over College of the Siskiyous. Stay with us. We'll have more after this 30-second break. You are listening to College of the Siskiyous football all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. Yeah, and you guys who are watching on the Facebook Live page, I know this isn't what you want to see out of the Eagles, but your support of them is still incredible. It's still exciting, and it's always good to have that support and continue to support the Eagles. And also watch them play some volleyball and some soccer. And don't forget, basketball is on the way, as the men and women of College of the Siskiyous will be getting ready to get some basketball action, and I'll talk more about that as we head back on the air on the radio. Welcome back, everyone, to Herschel Meredith Stadium. I know that your support for College of the Siskiyous has always been incredible, but we got basketball season on the way, and coming up in November is when the regular season will start for both the men and the women. And be looking forward to possibly even having Tom Powers come on, and maybe even the possibility of broadcasting some games at that point. On the kickoff here, we've got a lot of guys that are jockeying for position here. As Dowdell gets a nice return out of it and brings it out to about the 29-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Eagles. Eagle basketball will have the women and the men. Men play the traditional 2 20-minute halves, while the women, I think this became a rule years ago that now they play 4 10-minute quarters. So hopefully we can get some Action VR Network and WON basketball action involving College of the Siskiyous. And everybody out there on the East Coast, if there are any community colleges out there, you need to wake up out there. Here's the handoff, as Little will have the 1-yard carry. So about a half a yard carry, so it'll be second down at about 9.5. And I'm going to see if Jonathan can relay a message to me to see if there are any community college programs out back east, especially in his home state of New York. Here's the handoff, and it's again to Little, and he is tackled for a loss of about 2 yards on the play. So if you hear a ding, that'll be Jonathan. And he'll let me know about if there are any kind of junior college or community college programs back east, especially in his home state of New York. You guys got to get cracking out there. We need to get some more. You need to get some coverage out there. Hayden Chittick back out in the ray gun, and he gets this pass out to Biggs, and he gets a good gain on the play, but well short of the first down. And there are some junior college teams out in New York City, so guess what? New York City, you have no excuses. Get a hold of Jonathan Rios. Get your games on the air. We have a flag on the play. Let's get some games on 920 WN The Apple to join College of the Siskiyous. What do you guys think? Oh, CUNY basketball. There you go. I'm sure Jonathan will be in touch with them to possibly get basketball going on there. So as far as football, I don't think they have football programs though. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a little bit of a delay here. There's no reviews, and there is a flag on the play. That's what they're looking at, but I don't know what the referees are not. I think they're probably going to pick the flag up. No, actually they're not.
Defense. Flag up in neutral zone number 87. 5 yards previous spot. Replay. Third down.
Number 87 is going to be hit with the penalty that time. Sean Goings, a 6'3", 255-pound sophomore tight end. How about this, a school I'm familiar with, Capital Christian High School, the Cougars, out of Sacramento. Matter of fact, they used to play in Mount Shasta's league. And here's the pass, and it's to Biggs, and he gets loose, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! Wow, what a pass! That is almost a 70-yard touchdown pass. I'm going to go ahead and say about a 67-yard touchdown pass from Hayden Chittick to D'Angelo Biggs, and he gets into that end zone, and the Eagles are back on the board. And Jonathan did tell me there is no football there at the community college level, but since CUNY basketball, I'm gonna ask him what that means. To see what that means, because there could be a chance you could see some community college basketball over there on 920. How about that? Kick on the way is good by Lewis. So we'll take another quick commercial break here. Timeout on the field. 6:43 left to go here in the ball game, and it is now American River College 35, College of the Siskiyous 14. Stay with us. This is Screaming Eagle football, all along the Screaming Eagles Football Network. All right, you folks on the Facebook page, again, thank you very much for tuning us in, and it's always great to get the opportunity to come back down to the old home county to do this, and be sure to tune in 2 weeks, because the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles will be back in action as they'll take on the Shasta College Knights. I'm looking forward to that one, getting to see another one of my favorite junior colleges with the Screaming Eagles hosting the Shasta College Knights. And we're going back on the air on the radio. And we are back here from Herschel Meredith Stadium. So hopefully CUNY will get their basketball team on 920 W1 The Apple. College of New York. And he tells me that's the organization that oversees universities and junior colleges. So there you go, College of New York. And we're going to have a timeout on the field, so we're going to go ahead and stay here right with you through the break here as American River, with a little bit of a mix-up. So they're going to call a timeout, so we're going to stay here with you through the break. So Jonathan will pass me along the information. As the Mount Shasta Fire Department, I do believe, or the Mount Shasta Ambulance, or the Weed Fire Department, and Mount Shasta Ambulance doing a great job always to make sure that we keep our players healthy. Jonathan's going to give me some notes here. By the way, to get to that other announcement here about another show, I think we already told you about that. The XFL CUNY Conference is where a lot of the New York colleges, have everything. I'll get some more information on that, hopefully before the game in 2 weeks with Shasta College, to find out more about the community colleges out in New York. I'd like to see that happen. And they do have their games broadcast exclusively on CUNY TV, so we know that they have that, but we got to get cracking on possibly getting some radio stuff for Mr. Rios there. Nate is starting to feel a little lonely here. Here's the kickoff, and that goes out into the end zone. But just to let everybody know, we will try to get some College of the Siskiyous basketball on the air on Action VR Network, and maybe even do a pregame show with Tom Powers. What would you think? Because Jonathan has been airing a 2-minute promo spot, and Tom is actually in that spot. So would love to come back down here to watch some College of the Siskiyous basketball, but that does depend on the weather. And the weather here, when it snows, it gets as bad as New York, I'll tell you. And me coming over the Siskiyous, it's a difficult task when you have to do it with the winter weather. So we have to just keep an eye on the winter weather. And it looks like we're going to have a winter here this year. Here's the handoff from Peterson on first down, and gets it to Johnson, and he'll gets a couple of yards on the play. It looks like we have number 25. It's Chris Bush, 5'6", 160-pound freshman running back out of Center High School in Antelope, California, which is just outside of Sacramento. And I believe that's where my Aunt Ann lives, is in Antelope, California. Mine Aunt Addie's Aunt Ann on my mom's side. And here's the handoff again. It looks like going to give it to him again. Loss of a yard on the play. Christian Navarro on the tackle for the Eagles. And hopefully I can find his stats, because this is the first time we've called his name all day. There he is. He is a 6', 233-pound freshman defensive lineman out of Linwood High School in Linwood, Washington. Abby says that's where her brother Albert used to live, right? Yep. Outside of Bellevue, Washington, I'm being told by my resident expert wife, Abby. She'll tell you everything. Here's the handoff again. It looks like it's to Bush again. And Chris Bush is running like Reggie Bush as he gets out to the 40-yard line of the Eagles, and that'll be a first down. Reggie Bush, I think, is now an analyst. I could have sworn I saw him the other day on Fox Sports. He was a college football analyst. Clock continues to run, heading towards 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Once again, another reminder, we've got on 920 WO in the Apple, we've got high school football coming up. Once again, it is Trumbull Eagles taking on the Danbury Hatters from Danbury, Connecticut. That game comes up immediately after College of the Siskiyous football. And here's the handoff once again. And number 29. I think we called his name already. And it is Chris Osby. We did call his name, so he gets to carry that time. Action VR Network will be leaving the air as soon as we're done here, but coming up later on, we will replay AFT Buzz later on this evening, as well as XFL Now, followed by the Ryan Richards Show and One Nostalgic Weekend. All comes your way on Action VR Network. But again, coming up on Action over on 920 WO in the Apple, Trumbull and Danbury. And here's the carry attempt, and on the tackle that time for the Eagles. Once again, is number 31. Again, that's Tristan. Well, that's Tristan Lewis is listed as 31. That must be somebody else. 91, I believe, is on the tackle that time. Taylor Courtney is a 6'1", 230-pound freshman defensive lineman out of Sunset High School in Portland, Oregon. Again, Siskiyous lineup laden with talent from the Pacific Northwest. Always good to see, especially with Spokane Shock coming back in the Indoor Football League. And there's Peterson again, and slides to a stop. He gets the first down at the 25-yard line. So with 3:08 left to go here in the ball game, Siskiyous did get the late touchdown here to make it a more respectable contest here, as it just has not been a good game. And over on 920 W1, the Apple Friday Night Football continues as the Trumbull Eagles will take on the Norwalk Bears. Game will be this coming Friday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, so that'll be on 920 WON the Apple, so make sure that you check that out. And again, College of the Siskiyous football returns in 2 weeks on both WON as well as Action VR Network, as well as the Facebook page for College of the Siskiyous with the crew of Siskiyou Media Council. Almost said Shasta Sports Network. That's Shasta College Knights, but that's who's coming to town to play the Eagles, is the Shasta College Knights from Reading. So look forward to seeing that. Love to watch that old rivalry up the I-5 corridor. Although technically Shasta College is just off of 299. So that's another subject for another time as we try to wrap this game up here. There's number 28 now getting a little bit of a carry here. That's going to be Tajon King. We already gave you his stats. So he gets the carry right here as the clock continues to run, heading towards the minute-and-a-half mark to go in the game. So again, we want to thank everybody on the Facebook page, and they'll sign off here shortly as we're going to be going to break. But as I said, on the radio side, be sure and stay with us after the break. We'll once again tell you about the upcoming games, including the one coming up after we're done. Over on 920 with the Trumbull Eagles and the Danbury Hatters. And that'll be stopped. Chase LaRue on the stop of the runner that time for American River. Inside a minute to go here, so that's going to wrap it up. And the Siskiyous folks are starting to file out of Herschel Meredith Stadium. Not a big crowd today, obviously because of the cold weather and the threat of rain, but fortunately the rain stayed away. Not a repeat of 2 years ago when it was a monsoon when these two teams played. And boy, I wish I would have had this back then. And the Ducks retake the lead 35-31 in the fourth quarter, so Abby will be happy about that. Too bad she and George Thorlson don't have a bet going either. And here's the first down. Oh, nice pop that time, and we have a player down for the Beavers. And they stop the clock with 16 seconds left to go, and holding his side there. So they stop the clock to move the chains, and it's going to be first and goal. And I think the Beavers may just want to sit on this one and not prolong the agony here. And the clock is going to run, so they're just going to run the clock out. So that is going to do it as the American River College Beavers take the win here and go to 4-2 on this season and 1-0 in conference play, while the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles dropped to 0-1 in conference, 0-6 on the season. Once again, the final score from Herschel Meredith Stadium: American River College Beavers 35 and the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagles 14. For those of you on the Facebook page, thank you very much for tuning us in. The radio audience will be joining us in the commercial break, but we will be signing off here on the video feed. Thank you very much for tuning us in. For the entire crew from Siskiyou Media Council and College of the Siskiyous, for our director, Paris Petrick, I'm Mike Summers. Thank you very much for tuning us in. For the radio audience, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll once again set things up and get everything ready as we head to our car. So stay with us. This is College of the Siskiyous football all along the College of the Siskiyou Screaming Eagle Football Network, Action VR Network, and 920 WON the Apple. All right. Okay. And again, thank you very much for our TV audience, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks for Shasta College against College of the Siskiyous. So long, everyone.